Hey guys, it's Hayden here making another video. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. You've had a good Christmas so far, and I hope you guys have a good New Year's. I am going to talk about Star Wars today. So I did see Star Wars on opening night. It was a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely check it out. I loved it. It was awesome. It's fun to see it like opening night because then I can know what happens without anybody spoiling it for me. So that was kind of cool. But something in the movie this isn't really a spoilers, I guess. But if you're scared it will be, then I guess cover your ears. But the theme of Star Wars and like Jedi training and stuff is pretty consistent throughout them. But one of the things that really stood out to me in Star Wars was the emphasis of being afraid of yourself. So when Luke was studying with Yoda, he had to face Darth Vader, not actually Darth Vader, but it was like a recreation of him, and then he killed Darth Vader, and the face behind the mask was actually Luke himself. So there's kind of been a theme of overcoming the fear of yourself. So I wanted to sort of talk about that and sort of understand what it takes to be a Jedi, or why they talk about overcoming the fear of yourself. So first, when I started thinking about this, I was like, what does it mean to be afraid of oneself? What does it mean to, to have that fear? Because I don't necessarily see that I'm afraid of myself. I don't perceive the fear in myself as fear. It's not like I look in the mirror in the morning and get scared. I kind of had to think about it, but when I thought about it, I think it has more to do with like the things that we're ashamed of in ourselves, the things that we're sort of judgmental about in ourselves, the things that we're not proud of, the things that we wish we could get rid of in ourselves. And those are kind of the things that I think lead us to fear ourselves, or could be interpreted as fearing ourselves from the Jedi perspective, or what they're alluding to in the Star Wars series. So it kind of got me thinking, if I were training to be a Jedi, if I were in training to do that, what things would I be afraid of? What things would I be ashamed of in myself, or be judgmental towards in myself? And so I started to realize how much stuff like that I don't accept within me, and that's something that I've kind of been aware of, but it gave it a different perspective to understand that that's fear of something within me. That's fear of me. So I understand why in the Jedi movie, or in Star Wars movies with the Jedi training, one of the core aspects of training and one of the core important pillars of becoming a Jedi is to face yourself and to no longer be afraid of yourself. Because as Yoda said, fear and anger and hatred leads to the dark side, which is, those are fear, hatred, and anger, and all that stuff starts from within ourselves, towards ourselves. At least that's how I understand it. I could be wrong. But if we generally are loving and accepting and are okay with ourselves, then we're not going to be putting that judgment and anger and other things on other people, because we're okay with ourselves. We don't need to do that. So while you may not be able to have a lightsaber and have telekinesis and the things that the Jedis do in the movies, you can do your own Jedi training by starting to notice the parts in yourself that you're judging, notice the parts in yourself that you're afraid of in some level, maybe some of the parts that you're ashamed of, and starting to accept those things and to face those things instead of covering them up with distractions or avoiding them in some way. That's the Jedi path, is to face oneself and to come to terms with who we are and understand that we're perfect the way we are, but we may see ourselves as flawed and imperfect, and it's coming to accept those imperfections and those flaws in us and working with those instead of getting resentful and anger and hateful towards those things within ourselves. So that is my reflection on the lessons from Jedi training, from the movie I watched. I didn't talk about the new movie because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but I would recommend watching it. It's awesome. I think it was a great way to end the saga, and it's certainly a good thing to do during the holidays to spice up your holiday experience, I guess. So again, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, and I appreciate you guys watching. I hope that this was interesting for you and maybe gave you a little bit deeper reflection into the Star Wars movies, and when you watch it, maybe you'll think about, Hayden talked about what does it mean to be a Jedi. Maybe you can get your own insights and understandings of what the lessons that the Jedi are teaching, and the Sith too. The Sith have things to teach us as well, so keep that in mind as well. They're showing us parts of ourselves that maybe we haven't accepted, and parts of ourselves that are also resentful and hateful, so to become aware of those and transform them into something that is more positive. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, leave a comment below or like, and if you'd like to subscribe, check out my channel, Informal Inquiry. And as always, guys, make sure to seek your truth and to take time for yourself. Happy holidays. I'll catch you in my next videos. Bye for now.